Kelly, a 65-year-old retiree, was quietly enjoying her life after retirement. She spent her days volunteering at a local children's facility. Interacting with the children naturally reminded her of her own grandson, Noah. Noah was 5 years old and meant the world to Kelly, but their relationship wasn't very deep. Kelly's son Daniel was in his mid-30s and had been married to his wife Scarlett for several years. Daniel was busy with work, and Noah's care was mostly left to Scarlett. Kelly would sometimes visit Noah, but she wasn't always welcomed. When she went to her son and daughter-in-law's house, Daniel always looked annoyed, and Scarlett didn't try to hide her indifferent attitude. Even when Noah said, "Grandma, hello," there was always a hint of fear in his voice. This bothered Kelly, but she never pursued it too deeply for fear of damaging her relationship with her son and daughter-in-law. One day, while Kelly was volunteering at the facility, she received a call from Daniel. "Mom, Noah is missing." Those words filled Kelly with shock and anxiety. Her son and daughter-in-law said they had filed a missing person report with the police, but something didn't sit right with Kelly. "Why is Noah missing? Do you have any idea?" Kelly asked. "We don't know. When we came home, Noah was gone, and there was only a note left saying, 'Don't look for me,'" Daniel explained. Kelly wasn't satisfied with that explanation. Noah wasn't the type of child to do something like this. He always listened to his parents, and she couldn't think of any reason for him to run away. "Something's not right," Kelly muttered. "I'm going to look for Noah too." Trusting her instincts, Kelly began searching for Noah. She first went to her son and daughter-in-law's house to investigate Noah's room. His room was tidy, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. However, one photograph caught her eye. It was a photo of Noah smiling, but there was something unnatural about his smile. This child might be hiding something, Kelly thought. She decided to examine Noah's room more closely. That's when she found a small box under the bed. Inside the box were several drawings Noah had made. Upon closer inspection, the drawings seemed to express Noah's inner feelings. He harbored fear and frustration towards his parents and may have been using his drawings to calm himself. One drawing, in particular, caught Kelly's attention. It depicted a boy being scolded by his dad and mom. Kelly was convinced that Noah was troubled. She needed to investigate further to determine why he had run away. Next, Kelly decided to talk to the neighbors. She reached out to people who knew Noah and asked about his demeanor and behavior. Several strange testimonies emerged. Recently, Noah seemed down. He always walked with his head down, said a neighborhood housewife. "I once heard Noah crying in the middle of the night. But I couldn't tell where it was coming from," another resident said. Hearing these testimonies, Kelly felt there was a high possibility that Noah was dealing with problems at home. She resolved to keep searching for him, never giving up until he was found. One night, Kelly was at home thinking about Noah. She spent a sleepless night praying for his safety. After finishing her volunteer work at the facility, she felt a pain in her chest every time she thought of Noah. How did this happen? Kelly asked herself. "I just hope he's safe." That night, Kelly couldn't sleep. Lying in bed, she checked the clock repeatedly. It was past 2 a.m., and she still couldn't fall asleep when suddenly, she heard a faint voice from outside. "Grandma! Grandma, are you there?" It was Noah's voice. Kelly leaped out of bed in surprise and looked out the window. There stood Noah, covered in mud and in tatters. He was shaking and crying out, "Please, help me." Kelly quickly put on her slippers and rushed outside to Noah. "Noah, I'm so glad you're safe," she said, embracing him as tears streamed down her face. Noah, his face a mess of tears, pleaded, "Grandma, please don't tell Dad and Mom." Kelly hurried to bring Noah inside. His body was cold and covered in mud, and he couldn't stop shaking, so she cleaned him up with a warm shower and gently dried him with a towel. "Noah, what happened? How did this happen?" Kelly asked. Noah was silent for a while but eventually began to speak in bits and pieces. "A week ago, Dad and Mom took me to the mountains. There, they told me, 'We don't need you anymore,' and abandoned me." Kelly was stunned by his words, and anger welled up inside her. How could they? She screamed in her heart, but she remained calm to soothe Noah. "So, how did you make it here?" "I came down the mountain and desperately walked. I thought Grandma's house would be safe." Noah continued in a small voice. Kelly was moved by Noah's courage but also felt growing anger towards her son and daughter-in-law's cruelty. "You did well, Noah. You can feel safe now," she said gently. Noah seemed to be gradually calming down. "Grandma, there's more I need to tell you." "You can tell me anything, Noah." "Grandma will listen." Kelly looked at him. Noah took a deep breath and continued, "Dad and Mom were trying to kill me. To get money called insurance." For a moment, Kelly was at a loss for words, but she quickly embraced Noah. "Oh my." Hearing Noah's story, Kelly held him tightly. Her heart burned with anger towards her son and daughter-in-law and a determination to protect Noah. "I'll protect you from now on," Kelly told Noah. "I'll never let you be alone again." Noah's expression softened bit by bit at Kelly's words. He felt that Grandma's house was his safe place and began to open up. Kelly dressed Noah in pajamas and led him to bed. "Rest well here today," Kelly said, gently kissing his forehead. Noah said in a small voice, "Thank you, Grandma," and fell asleep feeling safe. After making sure Noah was asleep, Kelly sat by his side, thinking about what to do next. She decided to continue hiding Noah at home to ensure his safety. Then, the next thing to do was to gather evidence to prove her son and daughter-in-law's abuse. Kelly immediately took action to protect Noah. First, she photographed the bruises and burn marks left on Noah's body as evidence. "It might hurt a little, but bear with it," Kelly said as she captured all of Noah's injuries in the photos. Noah silently obeyed. "You did great, Noah. This will serve as evidence," Kelly said. "Next, let's go to the hospital and have a doctor examine you." Noah looked a little anxious. "What if Dad and Mom find out?" "It's okay, Grandma is with you. I'll protect you," Kelly answered firmly. The two got in the car and headed to a nearby hospital. Upon arriving, Kelly explained the situation at the reception desk, and Noah was taken in for an examination. In the examination room, the doctor thoroughly checked Noah's body. "This is terrible." The doctor frowned. "He needs immediate treatment, and we must report this to the police." Kelly nodded and explained, "Of course. His parents did this horrible thing to him." The doctor prepared Noah's medical report, documenting the details of his injuries. "This should be enough evidence. I'll also contact the police." After leaving the hospital, Kelly stopped by a supermarket to buy Noah's favorite food to reassure him. "Noah, is there anything you'd like to eat?" Noah thought for a moment and replied, "I want pizza." "Then let's buy some pizza and go home," Kelly said with a smile. She purchased the pizza, and when they returned home, she warmed it up and served it to Noah. "Thank you, Grandma," Noah said gratefully as he ate the pizza with relish. That night, after putting Noah to bed, Kelly's anger and frustration towards her son and daughter-in-law welled up again. She had a strong resolve never to forgive them and was determined to take the next course of action. The following morning, Kelly went to the police station and explained Noah's situation in detail. She submitted the photographs and medical report as evidence and accused her son and daughter-in-law of abusing him. The police took Kelly's complaint seriously and promised to begin an investigation. "Don't worry, we'll start the investigation right away," the police officer said. "We'll take protective measures to ensure Noah's safety." Kelly was somewhat reassured by those words but couldn't fully relax. She felt she couldn't let her guard down until her son and daughter-in-law faced legal consequences. Back at home, Kelly made time to play with Noah to cheer him up. She read his favorite picture books and played games with him, trying to help Noah regain his smile, even if just a little. "Grandma, thank you. I feel safe when I'm at your house," Noah said with a smile. "That's wonderful, Noah. Grandma is happy to have you here too," Kelly replied. Kelly made a point of respecting Noah's feelings and always being there for him so that he could feel at ease. She renewed her determination to protect him and began to devise a plan to punish her son and daughter-in-law. First, Kelly decided to gather more testimonies from the neighbors. She conducted interviews to collect as much evidence as possible of Noah's abuse. One neighbor testified, "I heard Noah crying recently. But it quickly became quiet, so I thought it was strange." Another neighbor said, "I heard Noah screaming in the middle of the night, but after that, I didn't see him around." Kelly took notes of these testimonies and recorded them with a voice recorder. "Thank you very much. This testimony is extremely important." Kelly expressed her gratitude and rushed off to gather more evidence. At the same time, Kelly also focused on caring for Noah's emotional well-being. She made efforts in their daily life to ensure he could spend his days feeling at ease and experience even a little happiness. Noah gradually opened up and deepened his bond with Kelly. One night, Kelly was reading a picture book with Noah. He sat on her lap, happily turning the pages of the book. "Grandma, I love this book," Noah smiled. "That's wonderful, Noah. Grandma loves this time too," Kelly replied. After Noah fell asleep, Kelly quietly peeked into his room and gazed at his peaceful sleeping face. "I will absolutely protect you," Kelly vowed in her heart. On another day, Noah said to Kelly, "Grandma, I had a dream. I was playing with you in a big park." Kelly smiled and replied, "That's a beautiful dream, Noah. Shall we go to a real park together next time?" "Yes, I want to go." Noah's eyes sparkled. Kelly and Noah supported each other as they built a new life together. One day, after sending Noah off to school, Kelly received a call from the police. "The investigation into your son and daughter-in-law has progressed. We plan to make arrests soon." While relieved by the report, Kelly felt she couldn't let her guard down until her son and daughter-in-law faced legal consequences. The next day, Kelly went to her son and daughter-in-law's house with the police. She had the police wait outside while she went in to talk to her son and daughter-in-law first. When she knocked on the door, her son Daniel answered. "What do you want, Mom?" Daniel said coldly. "Daniel, I need to talk to you." "Please let me in," Kelly said with a firm attitude. Daniel opened the door, displeased. "Fine. Make it quick." Kelly entered the house and faced Daniel and Scarlett in the living room. Scarlett had her arms crossed, staring at Kelly with an unpleasant expression. "What did you come here for?" Scarlett asked sullenly. "I'm here to talk about Noah." "I know everything you've done to him," Kelly said calmly. For a moment, Scarlett looked surprised, but her expression quickly turned into a sneer. "What are you talking about? Do you have any proof?" "Of course I do. Noah's testimony, the neighbors' testimonies, and photos and a medical report of the injuries on his body." "I have it all," Kelly replied resolutely. Daniel showed signs of panic and blurted out, "That kind of evidence can be dealt with in any way." Scarlett concurred, "That's right. No one will believe we did anything to Noah. We're obviously more credible." Kelly's anger swelled, but she maintained her composure. "You tried to kill Noah. For insurance money. Do you understand how despicable that is?" "Despicable? Don't make me laugh. We wouldn't be inconvenienced if that child was gone," Scarlett sneered. "That's right. If Noah disappeared, we'd have more freedom," Daniel said cruelly. Kelly was at a loss for words at their statements, and her anger reached its peak. "Do you even have human hearts?" At that moment, police officers entered the room. "Daniel Miller, Scarlett Miller, you're under arrest for child abuse and attempted murder." Daniel and Scarlett were stunned and shouted, "Police! This can't be real. What you've done is absolutely unforgivable. To protect Noah, you must face legal consequences," Kelly said resolutely. Daniel's anger was evident as he shouted, "There's no way we'll be arrested for this. We're innocent." Scarlett also desperately claimed, "This is some kind of mistake. We didn't do anything like that." However, the police officers calmly took them into custody. Kelly expressed her gratitude to the police officers, saying, "Thank you very much. Now Noah is safe." The police officer nodded and said, "Your courage and determination saved Noah. He can now live safely." Kelly immediately returned to Noah. He still looked frightened, but he smiled with relief when he saw Kelly's face. "Grandma, what happened?" Noah asked anxiously. "It's all right now, Noah. Your dad and mom can't hurt you anymore. So you can feel safe," Kelly answered gently. With tears in his eyes, Noah asked, "Really? I don't have to be afraid anymore?" "Yes, you don't have to be afraid anymore. Grandma will always protect you." Kelly hugged him. Noah found solace in Kelly's embrace and cried, "Thank you, Grandma. Thank you so much." Kelly held him tenderly and vowed, "From now on, we'll live happily together, just the two of us." After Daniel and Scarlett were arrested, Kelly and Noah prepared to start a new life. With the help of the police, Kelly was officially recognized as Noah's guardian and proceeded with the necessary steps to ensure his safety. Noah gradually healed his emotional wounds and deepened his bond with Kelly. One day, Noah said to Kelly, "Grandma, I'm a little scared to go to school, but I'll do my best." Kelly smiled gently and replied, "It's okay, Noah. Grandma will always be by your side, so you can feel at ease." Noah started attending a new school and made friends. He would tell Kelly about his experiences at school every day, and she felt joy in watching Noah grow. On weekends, they would go to the park together or read books at the library. Noah gradually regained his cheerfulness. One day, Kelly and Noah were making cookies together in the kitchen. As Noah happily kneaded the dough, he said, "Grandma, when I grow up, I want to be as good at cooking as you." Kelly laughed and replied, "That's wonderful, Noah. Grandma loves cooking with you too." When the cookies were ready, they arranged them on the table and enjoyed them with warm tea. As Noah took a bite of a cookie, he said, "Grandma, thank you. I'm really happy when I'm with you." With tears in her eyes, Kelly replied, "Me too, Noah. Being with you is my happiness." Every time she saw Noah's smiling face, Kelly felt a sense of satisfaction for having protected him. Several months passed, and Daniel and Scarlett's trial began. In court, their cruel actions were brought to light, and the judge handed down a severe sentence. "Daniel Miller, Scarlett Miller, you are guilty of child abuse and attempted murder against Noah. You will now spend a long time in prison," the judge announced calmly. Daniel clenched his fists and muttered, "This wasn't supposed to happen. How did it come to this? We just wanted the insurance money." The judge answered coldly, "Your actions are unforgivable. Endangering Noah's life is absolutely unacceptable." Scarlett broke down in tears and pleaded, "But we loved him. How did it come to this?" The judge shook his head quietly. "It was you who took actions that cannot be explained by the word love. For Noah's sake, you must reflect on your actions." Scarlett whispered through her tears, "Noah, I'm sorry." Kelly and Noah left the courtroom and took a step towards building a new life. Noah held Kelly's hand tightly and said, "Grandma, Let's always be together from now on. Kelly smiled and replied, "Of course, Noah. We'll continue to live happily together."